All right, so I got a Subaru 2011 2.5 non-turbo. Now, this is the Outback. So basically, I did all the work. This job came in as a head gasket job. The guy bought it, whatever. So what happened was the previous guy tried doing the water pump, whatever. Didn't work out, still overheating, still obviously spilling all over the place. There was actually a leak. All right, long story short, blown head gasket. I tore it all apart and I set the timing up, got all my timing dialed in, checked out everything, then started the car. Didn't want to start for about 5 seconds. So it was like a long cranking start. I'll go ahead and reenact it. So I'll go ahead and just disconnect this thing right here, just so we can reenact that. Now, let me get this started. So this is how we would start. So once it started, it would be fine. And that's pretty much it. But it was actually at first, it kind of felt like the timing was off. And then in the back, where the exhaust was, is that it was smelling like sulfuric acid, like literally like rotten eggs. That's what it was smelling like. And then I'm like, man, maybe must my timing be wrong? I wanted to double check everything because I'm getting this code for p0340. So you guys can just see right here. You have your little scanner. Let me get that focus right in. So we're gonna go ahead and go into diagnostic. Let's see. All right, so we got one code, and then this is the code that should be popping up. So P0, obviously 340. So obviously the sensor would be the issue, or we would have some sort of electrical connection issue. Now let me go ahead and grab the old sensor. So here's the sensor right there, and then you can see there's a little indentation. And now I don't know if this was here prior to me. Well, I mean, I know this wasn't damaged by me. I don't know if this code was prior on there. So obviously, like I said, I didn't do a code scan, which I should have done, just to save myself some time, so I could be like, it's not my issue. All right, so once I did that, you don't need to take off the valve cover to replace it. What you can do is you can get, obviously, the 10 millimeter. You take off that. Now there's two ways you can either do this if you don't have the pry bar. You can loosen up this 10 millimeter right here, and then that basically you would loosen that 10 millimeter right there. So once you loosen up both, once you take off both 10 millimeters, you should be able to move this one back and forward. So as you pull this guy out, you're supposed to push this guy in, so you can create, obviously you have a little gap. Now people are saying, oh, you got to take off the valve cover. No, you don't. So what other way you can do is you can actually get a pry bar, which I did, and then I got a pry bar right in between here, the plastic, and there, just a little bit, not too crazy, and I wiggled out the sensor. Now if you break that, that's all on you. I did that as my method. So I'm just letting you know, you don't need to take off all this stuff, the valve cover to replace that. So let's say if you had a connector issue, you replace a sensor. You can replace a sensor and the new sensor being defective, because obviously during shipping people throw the sensor, and these little sensors come in a cardboard box if you're getting from the auto parts store and so forth. So from right here we have these connectors. So I think green is red. I'll show you right now, and then blue is gonna be green. So yeah, so right here where the connector's at, right here, these two wires, so you're gonna have connector 12 and 13. Those are the ones that you're gonna have to ohm out. Make sure you're not having any issues with the circuit. All right, so after you do that, everything checks out fine. What you are gonna need to do, and what I did, what fixed it, is I took off the crank position sensor and I noticed there was a lot of debris on the crank position sensor. Now from there, obviously this belt, I don't like how it is. I'm gonna let my customer know, but it is a new belt, so I think probably something was on there during that time because it kind of wore it out a little weird. So right here, obviously there was a lot of debris that was on there, and I think what happened was that it wasn't picking up the signal, and it wasn't like just like dust, debris, whatever. It was a lot of like rubber from the belt that was on there. So from there, all said and done, after I put that, car starts up great, accelerates fine, and so forth. And that was pretty much it. So I'm pretty sure, I mean, before replacing the sensor, I mean, I could probably try putting it on the old sensor that was damaged and see if that fixes it. But any little dents, whatever, I'm not going to go ahead and risk it. Might as well just get it replaced, have it done, because those guys are very sensitive. Even if you drop them, they can mess up. But if this video helped you out, give it a thumbs up, comment down below if you have any questions, and hit that subscribe button for more upcoming videos in the future. And thanks for watching.